Yes!
It's working.
We're live. People are watching.
Look at that. That's me. That's me right there. See that notification?
I've never seen this.
Yes! It just came through.
What does that mean?
See how it's blue? Oh, that's Mystery Man. That Mystery Man's number 2. He's your second.
Okay, so this is all very new to me, everybody. Jay, honored to take a stroll with you, sir. Wow, so that's a super chat.
Livestreamception. We gotta stop making Inception jokes. I'm gonna be the first. I'm never making one of those again.
This is curious. Okay, so hello everybody. This is Jay Swanson, YouTube superstar, as I tend to call you.
And as I tend to just accept because why not?
And we're standing on the petite ceinture. I guess you'd call it an abandoned railway line, and I've just walked through. Bonjour. We've just walked through that tunnel on Jay's channel. There's a link below if you want to go back and watch it.
It's super creepy.
It was frightening and long, and we had a good time.
I had a great time. We found troll people. We lost connection the first time when you found a tunnel leading to somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I shoved my camera in it.
So go back and check that out. The idea of this video today is we're doing a sort of bit of an explore thing. We're looking around. We don't really know what's around the corner. I'll show you what I'm looking at.
Around the corner.
That is what I'm looking at. And as I understand, we're in the Parc Montsouris in the 14th arrondissement. I'm walking around with Jay in the background. We're sort of experimenting with something here, doing the cross streams. He's finishing a video over there. I'm starting a video. You guys who are new around here, I'm Oliver. I do a podcast about Paris, just sort of talking about the city. You guys who have been around here a long time, you should already remember Jay. He's been on the show, and he sort of gives me an idea. Okay, so Yanni, it says €5.49. If I understand, that means that you've sent €5.49 to me. That's very generous, and I'll be sure to buy Jay a drink with that. Thanks for doing that. Buy Jay a beer. Lol, you guys are very kind. How lovely to have Jay's followers around here, and I will buy him a beer. Don't you worry about that. It's pretty funny I can hear Jay in the background talking about me. I wonder if any of you guys are listening to both at the same time. Anyway, I'm pretty new to the whole YouTube thing. I'm experimenting with it, and I figured, because I usually podcast about Paris and talk about it, I thought it'd be nice to have this extra element where I can show some of the interesting things, like this petite ceinture. Or it might be petite ceinture. So the idea is we're going to walk along this train line straight forward. I'll show you what I'm looking at again. I see the first tunnel's very short, and then immediately there's another tunnel. The risk with that is that we could lose connection as we go under it. So I hope you guys are happy to be patient as we explore, but you know, that's part of the beast here. I'm gonna walk over to Jay and get him to switch over to my channel, I think, and then we'll get started. But first, down here on my left, looks like a safe. Is that a safe? Not sure what that is. It's just a typical box, just a box. I found a safe. It's a safe. It might be a... That's great. So I'm getting, so one difference between you and I when we do the live streams, Jay, that I notice.
There's one difference.
Yeah, the one difference.
Not just that you're more handsome.
It's got nothing to do with looks. Oh, there's the safe.
Oh, what?
So I saw it. So
I
I'm
feel
still
like somebody threw that down here just to break it open.
So when it says that, Peter, €5, that means Peter sent €5.
Peter, yeah, he sent you €5. He just gave you a tip.
Peter,
so did
generous.
Dixie, it looks like.
Wow, you guys are so generous. That's very kind of you. That helps. You guys who are new around here, that's going to help me keep going. I'm a podcaster. Could I say young creative?
You're a young buck.
I'm a young buck on the scene, and we're going to get walking because the big difference between...
My stuff is cold from that tunnel.
Really?
Yeah.
The big difference between Jay and I think, is because you have a lot more followers and I have a lot fewer followers. I tend to...
But you have over 500,000 downloads on your podcast, my good sir.
On YouTube.
Oh,
I tend to read all the comments and converse with you, because usually the idea is these walk shows I do around town, similar to what Jay does, is you know, I'll answer your questions. A few of you familiar faces, Cindy Green there. I respond to you, and that's the beauty of having a small channel, Jay.
That is the beauty of having a small channel.
So with that in mind, if you guys have questions for Jay, because usually I do this with a guest, like with Jay, I'll pose them to him. So send them to us. So Teresa Smith says, how do we get there? Check the start of Jay's video. There was a gate that looked ominous and closed.
Yeah, it looked very much like just a part of a wall. Holy smokes! Was that Cookie Monster that gave that to you?
Holy smokes!
Oh
Cookie.
my goodness! Look at that.
You guys are gonna be thirsty. Have a beer on me. Cookie Monster, you're lovely.
Looks like you are buying a beer.
I'm buying the beer for Jay, and I'll send a picture out to all of you, you followers, to prove it.
To prove it.
I'm not just gonna leave you stranded on the
I'm happy to
roadside.
have beer. I thought about bringing beer so we could have one down here while we were walking.
Oh wow!
I should have done that. That could have been how we did it.
Lita Randolph, hi Oliver J. Hello Lita.
Hey, Lita.
So the question, yes, there was a gate that looked ominous and closed like part of a wall, but it was just openable. So we opened it and walked on through. Now, Maria Trenzado was watching you on the iPad and me on the laptop.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty trippy.
Hey, there's multiple viewerships going.
I like this live stream. We should experiment with this.
Yeah.
I've got some ideas.
You have one of your ideas is a phenomenal idea that I think we should definitely execute on.
So stream quality much better on Oliver's channel. Well, that's because you were on a...
Yeah, I was kind of underground, but I appreciate the constructive criticism.
No, well, we're about to go underground now.
This is actually that one's longer down there. This one's nice. Look at actually the I say really self-conscious of the words I'm overusing today, but look at the ceiling.
Was that a word you've been using too much today?
Ceiling? Yeah. It's
you serious?
No. That looks kind of cool.
So guys, I'm still experimenting with the whole YouTube thing, and Jay's my trusty right-hand man as we do. Wow, Jay looks great. Look at this. He looks like a vision splendid. Wow, that's cool. I guess everyone always looks like a vision in a way. But guys, ask me. I'm gonna interview Jay as we walk. That's how it goes.
Is that how this goes?
Well, usually I do it essentially a podcast episode.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
While walking, but we'll also, the idea of this one is a bit of an exploration. So
this is mild exploration. We're gonna see how your service handles this shorter but still intimidating tunnel ahead.
I think what we'll talk about, Jay,
What are we gonna talk
for a
about?
little bit, both of us,
Tell me.
is this idea of. And thanks, Ron, for the beer. We'll have two
Whoa!
beers.
Hey, snaps! Yeah, for sure. Beer Central.
You guys are they're very generous viewers.
They're amazing. They're the best. I'm really fortunate, and they're just great. Look at them. I don't know if you heard me pumping your super chat virginity behind you, but yeah, I was hammering pretty hard on it. Look at them showing up and buying beer. This is nice. Thanks,
So
guys.
what I wanted to talk to you guys about,
Feel
because the sun is right there. Look at that. You've got a halo on you. Look. A vision. What I wanted to say is that Jay and I have a lot in common in terms of Paris and our exploration. Sorry, it's my fault. This is amazing, this super chat.
This is super cool. Oh, wow.
Brush
Yeah.
Tim.
Oh, Tim. Hey, what's going on? I know all these people.
I think these are your followers. Maybe we have mutual followers.
I'm sure we do.
It's lovely.
You are the premier podcast in Paris.
Well, you can say it. I can't say it. Although
premier,
it
number
did
one.
win an award.
Number one.
Anyway,
Number
listen. So
one.
me and Jay have something in common. We have a lot of
Not
things
number
in
one
common.
status. That's him.
I'm turning it around to discourage you. We're about to go through a tunnel, so if you didn't watch Jay's video, you'll know that you won't know that it might cut out during this walk. But Jay's gonna put his light on some of this street art as we go, I suppose.
Good reminder.
Uh,
No, you're on your own.
and we're getting a lot of people. Christopher says that you're about to run out of manic energy.
Yeah, it's possible. I think I can make it to the end of this. I know that there's beer.
Let's at least get to the end of the tunnel, and as we walk, we'll do the quick walk again.
Oh, this is cool. Gonna get a couple shots of this. I gotta get a photo today. My vlog from today is literally 100% selfie cam on my phone, which is my least favorite camera in the world. I just figured, you know what? Why not have a selfie cam Sunday?
Let's see what happens when Jay takes one of these. You can't really see. There you go.
Can you see what's going on? Kind of, because I want to stay nice and wide. This looks kind of cool with you've got the light leaking in a little bit, but not hitting the camera, which is...
So to all, I know a lot of you people watching are followers of Jay, but okay, the signal is poor. I see what you're saying. I hope that you can see me again now. His pictures, but I think it's not worth us getting disconnected all the way through, and it's probably smarter for us to. It'll come back, guys. I can see that it's not working. It's probably smarter for us to go back the way we came and look at it from a different angle. And maybe there's even a way to get up into Parc Montsouris as well.
No, the problem is we have to go through one of these long tunnels to get out of here because we came in at the end of that long tunnel. This long tunnel, there are more people down there. There's probably an exit down there.
We could.
I mean, we basically, I think this is actually a decision to make right now as the potential, with an uncertain exit. That one is a much longer route with a certain exit.
To get out.
Actually, yeah, to get out. We have to get out at some point. And your phone did lose connection about 10 feet into the tunnel, which could just be because there's not great service here.
I don't know what to do.
But mine.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, guys.
Have them vote.
Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you the two options, and you guys, now is the time to comment or like. Do we get to see when they do likes?
No, unfortunately.
Okay,
we can't see who's liking.
Climb the wall, says Jim McPherson.
Oh, Jim.
By the way, I was shining this on the Gilets Jaunes, a little bit of.
Grève Générale there.
But what we're either gonna do is we're gonna walk really
Generous.
quick through here. So you either write quick or write long. Quick or long. Quick will mean we walk very quickly through this shorter tunnel and hope for the best on the other side.
And it is new territory.
New territory.
My stream.
And long means that we'll go, and I'm going to see what comes up 3 times. Oh, there you go.
Quick.
Quick, long, quick. Okay, we're going quick.
Okay, here we go.
So guys, if it does cut out, go and make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. Jay and I are going to walk at high speed through this.
Yep. Yeah, there was a
Hopefully you both
broken
make it.
sign that had a bunch of nails sticking out of it. Totally not used for bashing people's heads in, I'm sure. Totally. 100% safe.
So I assume people maybe will be able to hear us on the next time around. I mean, later.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to start this conversation about how you and I are quite similar in the way that we approach Paris.
Yeah. Do you want to save that for when you're sure that people are going to?
No, I think it's a nice thing to talk about if people tune in later. But that idea of just and people are commenting, so maybe it's working.
I think it's working. Yeah, we're good.
But that idea of look at the.
That is a dramatic shadow.
I've got to be honest, with this new YouTube stuff I've never seen before, it's made it very hard for me to concentrate.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting times right now. 100%.
So,
anyways, you were similar in some
well, we're similar
fashion.
in a few things. Like one of them is if there's a gate that leads into something interesting, I think we're both the kind of person that would walk through that gate and go and explore it. So my question for you is, has that got you into trouble in Paris before?
In Paris?
Maybe if I walk on this, it'll be quieter, and you walk in the middle.
Yeah, I can do that. Has that gotten me in trouble in Paris before? I can think of instances where it's gotten me in trouble in other countries, but in Paris, I think it's just gotten me in trouble when I've tried to get into places where like I got stopped,
Right.
and my like sense of entitlement kicked in, and I was like, no, I want to see what's going on in here.
Right.
But they're like, no, you can't go in there.
What was that?
So like not in trouble like I got kicked out of anything, but in trouble like I acted like a douche for a moment.
Do you know what else we've got in common?
What's that?
We both like Invader.
We do like Invader, it's true.
Although I think
I think
you've gone deeper down the rabbit hole than I have.
Yeah.
You think?
I think that I'm just further along the same journey. You know, it's a spiritual journey. We're all on it.
You know, when I was turning around the scooter on the way here, there was an Invader just a little further along. If you want to go capture it.
Actually, if it's one that I don't already have, for sure. Because I have that bank robber, but what was that another one you were talking
Yeah,
about?
it was 50 yards further.
Ooh, well, yeah. If I don't have that, then
Further to the
west.
west, yeah.
The map did turn upside down on you, so I do understand.
Well, you know what's really weird, and people can still hear us and see us. That's pretty cool. That's a Trojan horse, mate. That's what that is.
That is a Trojan. That's a Trojan.
Can you light it up for me a little?
You see that?
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's that? What's that shit? You know what that is?
That's a tape.
No, I know what this is. If you can get the light on it, this is a wrestling table. So one of us. Can you shine the light on your face in a kind of scary way? Yeah. So one of us is. Yeah. Whoa.
You said scary.
That is scary. So one of us are gonna throw the other one of us. Some comments coming through that I've got a very steady hand. And the truth about that is I do have a stabilizer, also known as a gimbal, that I'm using.
But you were a surgeon before a terrible accident. Have you told them that story yet?
I haven't told about the surgeon story.
Okay, maybe we can leave that for another time.
Oliver, question
There's
for
a
you.
lot of alcohol bottles down here.
That's true. Any more scooter road trips planned, says Deb.
Ooh, good question.
So Deb, who's been a long-time listener, and I believe is a follower of you as well, Jay.
Deb's great. I've met Deb in person.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I know.
So Deb's referring to the scooter honeymoon trip that I did with my wife about a year ago, and we went around the entire country of France. Very silly thing to do.
It sounds absolutely the opposite of silly to me.
It was fun. It was lovely.
It sounds amazing.
And it took up a lot of energy and time, and is unlikely to be repeated. But smaller trips definitely on the cards. I think
that was a long trip. You guys were gone for a really long time. We kind of felt like you'd moved away for
a good 2 months.
At least, wasn't it longer?
Well, yeah.
But then we also went to Sweden and stuff.
Yeah, well, we came back. We were homeless.
Not for long though. You guys found a great spot really quickly.
I'll tell you what, everybody and Jay.
Everybody.
We were very fortunate to. If I walk on this side, because the microphone's a bit bad, I think if you're. I want to make sure I capture your voice.
I can use my full. You know, I would not describe my voice as baritone, but I definitely don't have much high range anymore, and so.
I'll jump in with you.
I was gonna say. I thought you'd never.
You have a lovely deep voice. It works well on the radio.
I appreciate that. Now I feel like I'm being extra deep.
Extra deep. What I was going to say is we live in Montmartre now. And I feel very fortunate to be living up there. I saw your video the other day that you said you want to live up there.
Absolutely.
Look at this here.
I also said it in front of you, I'm pretty sure, didn't I?
No, I think you said it as you were leaving.
Nope, I said it when we were having coffee. I said it in the corner. I remember this now.
I guess you edited it, so you lived it, edited it.
So it made it look like
I trust you then.
I actually never hung out with you that day. I just edited it to look like we'd spent time together. Because I'm creepy like that.
Speaking of creepy, there are people here.
I know, we shouldn't be so annoying. Well,
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ah, you're speaking English.
Heard you?
Where are you from?
From Paris.
From Paris?
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing a live stream and people around the world are watching us. Isn't
people around the world?
Around the whole world. Someone just said they're watching from New York City.
This guy, he's a real specialist of the undergrounds.
He's a specialist.
Yes, a specialist.
I'm going to meet him right now.
Yes.
Are you with him?
Thomas, and he's very, very learned, and he knows everything about it.
I'm on my way. What's his name? What's his name? Gilles Thomas.
If you guys don't follow the Earful Tower podcast, you just got to see in real time how Oliver manages to land some of the most interesting interviews around town.
You know what? Thank you for that compliment, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one thing I've learned about doing a podcast, and I'm learning still and figuring it out as I go along. The best stories and the people with the best stories are the ones
who you find underground on train tracks, surrounded by broken bottles in Europe.
It's more, a lot of people send me emails and say, hey, I've written a book, can I be on your podcast?
Right. Oh, we were just talking about this.
And the best ones are often when you're doing something like this and there's a story and you get chatting, and then when the story of how you met is just as interesting as anything else, then you're onto something good.
Absolutely.
So if you are new around here, maybe you've come from Jay's video, that is exactly how I tend to meet
It's kind of amazing, and I've expressed this before. It's one in the similarities that we have. There's also differences, and this is one of the differences in medium, especially that I envy.
Well, Jay, I think you got it as well.
Oh.
I think you're just being humble.
I just think it's pretty cool what you do, and how you manage to meet people and take advantage of situations to share cool stories.
You know, even if Gilles doesn't want to be on the podcast, we've got him in a beautiful. And we've got a beautiful picture of him.
Got to take a couple of actual photos of that. Oh, you might want to catch up to them. I guess are they not together?
I don't know.
I thought they were.
Hello again, Gilles.
Thomas.
Oh. Just so you know, I'm filming live here, so I won't film you if you don't want me to film. But I just wanted to say hello. Hi, my name's Oliver.
My name is Thomas.
Thomas, do you mind if I film you or no?
No, it's not a problem.
Okay, so this is Thomas. This is Jay.
Welcome.
And there are 60 people around the world watching us right now. And I just wanted...
It's an internet TV? Or?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Here, I'll show you what I see. Look.
Yeah.
See, 60 people watching Jay right now. And people are saying, Thomas, see, they're watching us. Anyway, I wanted to... the woman down there told us that you're an expert on the underground.
Yeah, it seems because I published 12 books and more than 300 papers.
Wow.
Hang on, 12.
12 books and 300
Let's
papers.
maybe Jay, you could film this scene.
I can film this for. I'm filming an Eiffel Tower interview right now.
But I wanted to. So I run a podcast about Paris, where I just talk about the city and talk to interesting people who have interesting stories to tell. And Thomas, it sounds like you.
Yeah, I can tell you that I became a Parisian when I discovered the underground of Paris, but I discovered at the same time Paris. So for me, it was my rebirth experiment.
Wow, I would love to talk to you with a little microphone for 30 minutes one day in a cafe, or even underground. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, but I'm an emergency with this lady.
Oh, no.
But,
Pense un moment, oui.
One day in the future.
Yeah.
How can I find you? Do I search for Comptoir de Catalogne?
No. It's an old shop. Now it's closed. So you can send me an email to.
I will. Hold on. I'll walk away so that they get that. I'm going to walk away with the camera right now so you guys don't get his private information, just in case that's what he was about to divulge. It's possible. Seems like a very nice guy. There may not be an exit from this side. I know that this could become as a spoiler, and we'll see what Oliver's reaction to that is, but there's some fun street art around. I don't know if you can even call it street art. This is graffiti. Straight up graffiti down here. And okay, now I'll walk back and we can get back to Thomas.
Okay, well that would be great. I'll send you an email and we can.
So James Thomas.
Okay, I will do it. Thank you very much. Gilles. Thank you very much, Thomas. Nice to meet you. Good luck with your exploring.
Enchanté.
No, it's not really an exploring. Because I live in Paris.
Of course.
We do too. We do too.
Yeah, but
Oh,
if
geez.
you want to exit from here, you have to go above the grid or above the wall.
So that way and then up.
Or below the grid or something.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Merci.
Sorry, Jay. Thanks for filming.
Yeah, of course. I don't think that my attempts at maintaining privacy were successful.
Well, I feel like he doesn't care.
It doesn't seem like he does care, but you know.
So
I'm conscientious of that.
that was nice that you did that, but then they're taking pictures. That was cool. He sounds like an interesting dude.
Are you sure you want to walk backwards here?
You think there might be a big nail?
I just think that you've already tripped 5 times.
All right, Jay. He's right. Jay's right, as
I'm
usual.
just looking out for you. That's my goal.
I wonder he'd make a good episode, I think.
He would make a great episode.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So, Jay, what's keeping you busy these days?
What's keeping me busy these days? Well, there are times where I film for my friends as they book deals on or book interviews on their podcast.
That seemed a bit dodgy, hey?
Yeah, that was great. What else? Well, the fact you got to look up his books. That's the thing. He said he wrote 12 books.
Yeah, right?
And 300 papers that he's published on the
See, that's
underground.
why I think it'd be easy to find anyway with his email address.
Yeah, probably.
But you know what I like to say to people who are watching? Jay's watching out for me. Dixie, you're exactly right. Jay and I always have each other's backs.
That's the goal.
But if anyone's watching and they can easily Google that man,
That'd be helpful.
Thomas, Thomas Gilles.
Thomas, right?
I think there was no H.
No H. Oh, wow.
They don't usually pronounce the H anyway.
No,
so
they don't. But okay.
But someone search something like that, Gilles Thomas or Thomas Gilles, Gilles, and if you got a link, put it in the comments, and then we can all sort of check it.
There you go. Let's find out this guy's work. We just may have run into the world's foremost expert on underground
What?
graffiti.
He is creepy, Jay. Why do they say that? Who are they talking about?
Who's creepy?
Good head shave.
The guy. Oh, thanks. I guess maybe that guy. They thought he was creepy. I don't know. That's not very nice though. Where the heck are we? We're a long ways away from where we started.
Yeah, but
Are we in Paris still? I think we just walked into Germany.
yeah. Wow, that's
Underground.
interesting.
Yeah.
Look at this.
For those of you that think that Parisian architecture is all Osmanian, it's definitely not.
Wow, it is really interesting how different this is, Jay.
Really
Wow,
different.
look at this.
Probably getting close to the 13th. Is what it's starting to feel like, but where are we? Whoa, we have walked a long ways. I think
Now
we
we're-
are in the 13th.
So Jay's going to show us now where we are.
Load the map on the 13th. Show us
It's
where
it's-
we've
it's-
gone.
I'm gonna go on
this side. Come on. 13th arrondissement. We are in the 13th. Yep. Hey, look at that. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. So that. Hey, look, these guys just broke in. Perfect.
Where did they get in? Maybe we
I
need
think they
to
just
do
jumped
something.
over the gate there.
Genre.
Pas encore. I think they might have been loosely inviting us to join them, but I'm not going down
the
there with them.
catacombs. So
we
they
definitely
just-
will not have service down there.
So what do you feel like, Jay?
I feel like $1 million. Oh, wait, which question am I supposed to be answering right now?
Well, it's been a bit of a higgledy-piggledy walk show, hasn't
It has,
at
yeah.
the best of times.
Well, the park continues down there in a more official way. I think we're supposed to jump over this.
I think we should do it. Do you think we can?
Yeah,
think you can
100%.
manage?
I also wonder, so there's some stairs there.
So guys, you're on a pretty interesting walk show. These exploration ones aren't the same as the ones that I've done. Well, you and I have done ones in the past, like hunting for
Invaders?
It's Russian invaders, like Vlad invaders.
Vlad the Impaler.
But this is a different one because we're exploring.
Yeah.
Did anyone find Mr. Gilles? I saw that Jim McPherson wrote his name. Any links? Can we link on YouTube comments?
This game.
I'm gonna go up here and see what happens, Jay.
They may not be. They may be blocked if they try to win.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to jump over here or over that bit.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it where the bench is.
Or over that bit. Alright.
This actually, well, the tree there. But this one would be too hard to get over. I just want to put my camera away first.
I don't know if well...
And that one's got the bench.
And is there someone sitting on the bench?
Yeah, but, you know, I'm sure they're used
I think
to...
the bench might be easier. Well, up to you, actually. What do you fancy? I'll film you jumping over and all.
I think it's equal because that one's taller down
Well, maybe the bench is better because then we don't stumble and land on the road, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess there's always less of a chance.
Be careful,
of
there's sharp rocks. So if you guys are thinking to come to Paris and doing this similar kind of trip, I would recommend you don't do this bit because we're trapped. Yeah, this bit's easier, Jay, because of the top bit here. You can use that. Let's just...
Are you going to just go for it while... You want me to video you with as you go over?
Would you like to go first or second?
I do not mind. I'll go first. It's fine. I just want to...
Okay, leaders written Underground Paris with Gilles Thomas. With an H. You were right, Jay, I think.
It has to have, you know, even a broken clock, right?
Sorry, I'm just reading all the comments. I'm losing track of life.
Well, we did just spend a lot of time breathing a lot of mold. And mold spores are known to take over human brains. So, you know that there's what is that plant that has a spore that takes over the brains of ants? And then it basically controls them to walk all the way up to the tallest thing they can find, and then petrifies them long enough for the spore to take root in their brain and then release more spores.
Was this a dream again?
Nope, that's a real thing.
That sounds amazing.
If that's hopefully that's not what happened to us, but I'm about to climb to the tallest thing next to me, so could be the beginning. So.
Okay, I'll let you go first. Well, do you want me to film you just in case it goes wrong, or do you want me to?
If you're gonna get some laughs out of it, it's gonna be really awkward. I haven't climbed anything in a while.
Well done.
You want to pass that over?
Yeah.
Here we go.
My pockets are full of stuff.
Oliver's turn. This is how you This is how you hop fences in Paris. For those of you that were looking for a tutorial. Attaboy. Look at that.
Okay. Now, Jay.
All that time playing basketball really helped you get the vertical on that. That was good.
Do you think we continue down this
we
bit?
can go down this ways.
Okay, here we go.
So now we're in the so that
And I'll walk you on. I do this because my
the sign here. That's ouverture de la petite ceinture du 13e. So this is where the 13th arrondissement has opened. They've actually made an effort to open the park down here.
And I saw a street sign there that I should show, so people. Sometimes people like to follow on the street signs.
Sounds good.
And someone said that we. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you read.
So this is where we are, Rue Madeleine Bray, who I don't remember, but I think that was the first French person who obtained the doctoral diploma of medicine in the 1800s. I can't remember.
Oh, right. The first French woman, yeah. Not French person.
Française.
Yeah.
Smart, Jay.
That's what I'm here for.
So someone just said that we deserve the beer.
Boy, do we.
Yeah.
Especially after all that climbing, all that monkey business.
And you took the train here, right?
I did. Yeah.
I took the scooter, so I've got to walk back to where we started.
Yeah, you know what though? The tram might take you there.
I don't think I've ever been on the tram.
You've never been on a tram or the tram?
The tram in Paris. You want to walk backwards with me?
Yeah,
and we can talk to the camera.
I do. As we advance. Take the wrist together. Oh, that feels really good. That breeze feels great.
I've run out of things to say.
How is that possible?
No, I'm just thinking about it. This is quite...
Did you look at these flowers? How much you want to bet they planted these flowers? They look very wild, but I feel like intentionally. I also wonder if this is more the style of park they're going to be introducing to the city, because as we were talking about on my stream, they're introducing a massive scheme to kind of make Paris into an urban forest. And I wonder if this is kind of the style they're going to go for, because some of the conceptual art that they were putting online looks a lot like this.
I think you might be right with these, sort of fairly low maintenance,
Makes sense.
long walkable gardens.
Low maintenance, like local, what is the word I'm looking for? Local plant types.
I think
I have a lot of words I want to use that I'm sure are not the right ones, so I'm not going to.
I think one of the things that you and I both often do as well is recommend things for people in Paris to do and see.
Yep.
And
Space Invaders,
for example. And I'd recommend to anybody watching to find the bits of the petite ceinture, this bridge, this abandoned rail track, like this.
Yeah.
These bits are interesting and nice, and I hope it's not too windy for you guys to...
These ones are definitely easier to get to as well. That's why I thought it was interesting to point that out.
But I wouldn't highly recommend everybody to go walking through the same tunnels that we just walked through.
That maybe not. I mean, it depends if you've got especially if you have a mold allergy or you're scared of troll people.
Or if
we barely escaped alive, and I can't believe we didn't get that part on video, because that's the most depressing part. Hey, Poopy. Oh, sure. I want to pet the dog.
You know what Jim McPherson says?
What did Jim say? Whoa, look at this.
Not only will I look, I'll show it. Jim says you two should do a pub crawl, craft beer in brackets.
That would be fine by me. Wait, is that what we're doing now? Just like keep the live stream going. This is wheat? What? No.
Jay, one thing you guys should know about Jay is he loves wheat.
I grew up surrounded by wheat fields. And I meant to mention it when we went out because I went to Vaux-le-Vicomte yesterday, and it's basically out in the middle of a ton of wheat fields. So I
saw your video, the candles were lovely.
Yeah, it was great.
So guys, if you are one of my supporters and followers and don't know who this guy is, maybe you've just tuned in. Jay does a video every day. Yesterday, as not a typical example of one of your videos, but look at that little dog. It looks like a rat.
We're not easily distracted whatsoever.
Jay went out to a chateau south of Paris, I understand.
I did.
And tell us a little bit about it.
Est-ce qu'il y a un invadeur là ou un invadeur? Est-ce qu'il y a un space invadeur là ou invadeur? No,
it's too
low. They stopped and they were doing that. So
yeah.
Space invader. I figured I'd save us some trouble. Oh well. Anyways,
is that a typical video for you? And was that castle worth a visit?
Castle's super worth a visit. Have you ever been?
No.
It's really worth it. And during the summer when they're doing candlelit evenings every Saturday, amazing, super nice. I would definitely go. Those are the moments where I'm like, well, I mean, it was fun to go with a friend, but you should take Lena because it was super romantic. If I had a significant other, I would immediately go there. Like date number 3.
Was it romantic? Date number 3. I love it. Forward. Do you have a problem on your camera like I do, is that it doesn't often, if I record you like this, sometimes it doesn't pick up the sound very well?
Mine, I don't know for sure on the live streaming with this one, but I do have problems recording audio with mine that are new to this phone, yes. So yeah, I have problems too. Look at all these dogs.
But this is very different to any video I've ever done for a number of reasons, but partly because this doesn't look anything like Paris.
Well, that's because we're in Berlin now, so.
Okay. Usually I talk all the time, right? And now I'm sort of as stunned as maybe anyone watching is at how different this looks to the, walking around in Montmartre or the Marais or whatever.
It's true that I don't recognize that building right there with like the slice of bologna wrapped around the top.
Right?
That's new.
Or like a tablecloth.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can zoom in on that and give you guys an idea what we're talking about.
It does look like it's been draped. It doesn't look good. There's, so this is one of the other interesting things about your interview recently, was that there is a new skyscraper being planned that Hidalgo is proposing and moving forward with, that is supposed to be like a giant glass pyramid or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Look.
Bricks?
No. Oh. Is that apples?
Oh, hey.
I think we've just found an apple tree.
This is another thing that my home state is famous for.
It
was a butterfly, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, there is a bumblebee.
I got totally stung by something.
Oh, did you?
I don't know.
There was a bumblebee, but...
That's an apple tree. What was that?
Remember that time that we went walking and there's a thistle bush here.
Okay, I just got thistled.
Hopefully it was just thistles. We'll find out. Let me know in 15 minutes how that potential sting is doing.
There's some unusual comments coming in that I don't usually get, and that's also been confusing me a little bit,
Like
but that's
what?
all
Like-
right. I'm not going to read them.
Okay, that's good. You know you can block people if you need to.
Okay.
If there's spam or anything coming through, do you want me to show you how you do that? Find one. The 30 and 20.
I think I'll read them later, and you can teach me later.
Okay, but if you want, what you do is you just tap and hold on it, and then
Yeah.
you get options, and you can ban somebody.
Okay.
I have to ban a few people usually during a live stream, unfortunately, because that's what the world has come to.
Anyway, we're a friendly community around here, so I hope you guys are...
Family friendly, except for when we're joking around about troll people. I don't know why I keep calling them troll people. They could just be trolls.
Well... interesting day, Jay.
Let's not get into the philosophy of that one, I guess.
So let's get towards the front bit of this tunnel, and then
that art looks kind of cool under there too.
and then figure our next move from there. But how unusual to
probably
be
involve beer.
in such a different... It does, like you said, that feels like we're in Berlin or something. I also have this feeling that we're in a different...
We've hit the end of this section entirely because you can see that they've walled off the tunnel.
Yeah. So Linda asked the first question in a while that I felt that either of us could answer sanely. And it's, which direction are we walking in?
Currently east.
Heading east. So if you imagine Paris is like a big circular dartboard, we're right down the bottom.
Which would be which number?
I think it's 3.
At the bottom?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Okay.
So we're walking from left to right along number 3.
6 o'clock on a
Double
clock.
3, yeah.
Or well, I guess a little bit off to the side, so we're actually more like 5:30.
Which would be 17 or 19. I've played darts before.
I need to freshen up on my darts.
And
been a while.
well, I usually say if Paris is like a dartboard, you know, when you're in the bullseye.
We do spend a lot of time in the bullseye.
See, Bucky says, can we block Jay? That's an interesting thing to say.
I hope not.
No, don't block Jay. And Paul says, how's the weather, Jay?
It's toasty. It's a little bit humid, but I think that might also be the leftover of the underground.
Yeah. You know what I think we're going to do, Jay?
What's
Is
that?
I think we'll just walk
End
back.
on the sun here?
Yeah, we'll just sort of walk back to this little area where people are playing and say our farewells and then figure what we're doing after
Sounds
that.
good. Why don't we say? Well, do you want to say them with kids playing in
No,
the
we'll
background?
just say it's all right here.
It seems like a good spot. As good a spot as any right now.
So, there we are.
Howdy.
So usually, Jay, when we walk around, it's a bit more of a free-flowing conversation. I
Yeah.
felt like I was a bit distracted today, and
I think it was a distracting surrounding and scenario.
it was an inch. I actually really.
It's not every
enjoyed it.
live stream you have to jump a fence.
Well, I enjoyed that a lot.
I did too.
We
I'm
met
just saying, it's
someone.
kinda
We jumped
distracting.
a fence.
Yeah,
We
lots of
we
good
lost
stuff
a lot of
happened.
internet connection.
We did.
I got thistled.
I hope that's all it was. How does it feel right now?
It feels all right. But what I wanted to say to you guys, and I know a lot of you have come directly from Jay anyway, but if you haven't, go and hit the subscribe button on his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, all that. Well, not so much Facebook. You don't really care for Facebook, do you?
You could. But I don't use Facebook, yeah, but you could go.
Go and check his stuff out. He's doing really good stuff. He's an interesting guy, and I'm sure you'll learn a lot about Paris and this man right here. But thank you for, and go and watch the first part of the walk that we did, because that was also kind of cool. How we got down here. The link is down below. And as for me, all my links are down below. Instagram, Patreon, all that stuff. What do we need to say?
Thank you for pitching in for beer, and thanks for watching.
That was the most important thing. So I'm not used to that. Thank you for the, what is super chat?
Yeah.
Super chat. Thanks for the super chat. I'm going to take Jay out now. We're going to find a place, have a drink, and
I have just the spot in mind.
perfect. So thank you, and we'll see you guys for the next one.
I'm overreacting because I never use the selfie cam, so I just can't help but monkey around.
That was a real monkey. Bye, guys. And in terms of switching it off, is this one,
The
isn't
X
it?
up there.